and learn from other people. Listen to other people, because you can learn. Like, people will tell you their mistakes. People that are in a real good position, people that are leaders, people that are not wannabe leaders, people that are leaders will always teach you what not to do, or like, oh, well, be careful
with that.
This happened to me, and they'll teach you how to do that. But you have to be surrounded by leaders. Probando. 1, 2.
Oye.
Gloria a Dios.
Dos,
Gloria a
tres.
Dios. Gloria a Dios. O sea, en la iglesia, siempre la gente cuando están al testing, gloria a Dios. Gloria a Dios. Gloria a Dios. Gloria a Dios. Anyway, what's going on, my people? ¿Cómo está mi gente bella? It's your boy, GMan.
Oh, so now you're acting like you're on the radio. So now you're trying to act like this is your intro
I didn't do that.
to like a radio show or something.
I didn't do. Why do you say it like that? It's like I just said.
Punto uno.
I don't say it like that. Pero gracias a todo el mundo. Thank you so much for tuning in to the He Said, She Said podcast. I'm your host, your boy, GMan. Those are my beautiful co-host, wifey.
Oh, yes, Lady G. Now you're talking.
You like it when I say it like that?
Yeah. But you ever feel like somebody's watching you?
I always feel like somebody's watching me. Why? Why would
because
I feel
you put red on. So you were watching me get dressed?
No, I had this before you.
I feel violated.
No, I had this before you.
Babe, how do you figure? You wore that today.
Yes, I wore this today.
How was I supposed to know that? I came inside the house.
Baby, we
left to the gym. So we're not just in the same book. We're on the same page.
We're on the same frequency.
Yes.
We're on the same vibe, on the same frequency.
Yes.
Yeah.
We on that same level.
We're on that level. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Pero nada, what's going on? How you doing?
I feel like we're on a running pace. We're on a running pace. ¿Te sientes así?
What do you mean, like what? Like when you say running pace,
we got
like
a lot
busy?
going on. Yes.
No, for sure.
Lo siente.
Yo no, tú lo sientes.
Yo
te lo doy y tú lo sientes.
Oh my goodness.
Nah, but
Back
we've been very busy. I gotta say, there's a lot of stuff going on, man. A lot of things that are happening, and it's just like it feels good. It doesn't feel overwhelming.
No, it's a good busy.
Yeah, it's a good busy. It doesn't feel overwhelming.
It's just a busy time of year, busy time of month. Mm-hmm. You know, so it is what it is. You know, I'm sure there'll be months where we'll be like, oh, we're just kind of coasting. You know, but for this time. We're juggling a little bit.
Well, I will say this, right? Because I posted something today that was very interesting. Let me pull it up on
read it. What is
Facebook. I posted it on Facebook. Uh-huh. I like to sometimes
motivate.
Post like a motivation. Yeah, because a lot of people go through a lot of stuff. And, you know, I feel like, like these thoughts and these things come into my head, right? And I was like, yeah, this is kind of cool to share.
Yeah.
The answer for every question and every decision you have to make lives within you. You are more than what you think you are. And I thought about that because we are very busy right now. A lot of things, a lot of moving parts, a lot of decisions to be made. We had a great weekend last weekend.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that in a little bit. But one of the things that we had a very good meeting with very important people, or should I say influential people.
Yeah.
Not influencers, okay?
No.
So don't think like it's like, oh my God, you met with other families. No, this is like other people like our.
Well, I feel like people who are connected in our community, and they're
in their community, right?
Yes.
They're very like when I'm saying, like, okay, let's back that up a little bit. So when I say connected, like they're investors, they're people that are dealing with banks and people that are just. They're business people.
Well, I know that those people are gonna connect me to other people, So they're plugged in.
I get it, girl.
Yeah, I'm a teacher, so I think in communities. What you say is like, yeah, you think of, we're little cells of communities. Like I look out there and I'm like, okay, let's create learning centers.
No, okay, no. We ain't trying to do that, all right? So we're going to have a little learning center in my house if you guys want to come in.
Uh-huh. And every 5 minutes we're going to switch, and then you're going to be like, with your other...
dating? We have a speed dating learning center. So with that stuff just comes a lot of weight. because you got to really do stuff. Like you got to, and it's like, I feel like it's always good to be around people that are doing amazing things because that's how you grow, right? If you always are with people that are at your level or below you, you stop growing.
Mm-hmm.
So people that are doing things challenge you to also do things. And it was very motivating being there in that circle of people and them talking to us about, let's get the moving, let's do this, let's create, let's get together, let's let's start putting pieces together.
I was going to say opportunities, yeah, and how can we fit together?
Well, they're looking at us and they're saying, okay.
Add to?
Yeah, they're looking at us and say, okay, what opportunities can you bring to the circle?
Yes.
Right? And if you don't know, let me show you what you have because maybe you don't know what you have. And we know what we have, but what I'm basically saying, people that are looking for opportunities, right? So, and with all that stuff and just everything else that's going on, we're talking to an agency and stuff like that. It's just a lot of different things. We did some collabs and there's just a lot of things that kind of run through your mind and say, okay, how do this is given to me, right? These opportunities or people that you're meeting. Because it doesn't have to mean that something can happen now, but something can happen later. So how do you set those things up, right? So you want to be productive.
Well, we made a decision 4 months ago that 2025 would be our year. Like it's the year. So the year to grow, the year to move, to make bounds, like to
make connections
make things happen. And so we're trying to be purposeful with our time and so we could have chosen that Saturday to just kind of like chill, and do something different. But then everything in life has to do with the choices you make. I mean, we live by that like all the time. And it has to do with consistency, commitment levels, what you do all the time, how you play, and how you spend your time and what you do with it. So at the last minute, we made the connection and you were like, we're going to go and have this lunch meeting. And it just turned into something great.
Yeah, I feel like when you are trying to be when in your vision, you're trying to go somewhere, you see a goal, you have to attend certain things. You have to be out there and meet people that are going to help you to get to where you're going.
Opportunities.
Right? So I'll give you an analogy. Let's say that you live in, we lived in Connecticut, right? Let's say, and we're trying to move to Florida. You're just not going to sit there and wait for somebody to place
ring your bell and be like, I'm here
in Florida.
For
you know what I'm saying? You have to get in the car. You have to plan the drive. You have to put gas. You have to drive. You have to make those times to really take the risks that are necessary. And sometimes not even risk. It's just a connection. It's somebody that you know. Like when you're trying to be somewhere and you have a future that you say, you know what, this is what I want to be. So what are you doing right now? What people are you meeting right now that are going to help you to attain the goal that you're trying to get to? Because if you don't do anything and you wait for things to kind of just fall in your lap, that's not going to happen.
Well, you have to wake up with the mindset that says every day matters.
Yeah.
Every day matters.
Well, every day is an opportunity, right? Every day, how do I get closer to my goal every single day?
That's right.
And it doesn't mean also, with that being said, that if one day you didn't get to do anything, it's like nothing, everything's going to shit. No, it's fine sometimes, right? Just having the balance. If you're procrastinating, then that's a different story.
Yeah.
But if you are a person that you are really trying to do something and you're always doing this and this and that, and sometimes you need that time to rest, then do that. Because your mental health is also part of your success.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to get somewhere and you're broken down, mentally unstable or whatever it is because you're so exhausted. So, with that being said, a lot of stuff is going on. A lot of good things are going on. So it's just a matter of sometimes when those things are happening, slow it down a little bit so you can kind of start to think.
You want to slow it down right now? What do you want to do? You want to slow it down?
No, not slow it down in the mean of slowing. I don't want to slow down the progress.
Your momentum, yeah.
I want to slow down my thinking.
Yes,
so I could have time to really think okay, what do I do with these situations? How do I
with
move
these moving pieces?
Correct.
Yes.
How does like playing chess? Okay,
It is.
where does this go? Right? Because sometimes some decisions you're gonna say yes to. Some of them you need to say no to.
Yeah.
Some of them you need to time them correctly because not everything is like, okay, yes, I'm gonna throw myself at everything that's out there. And sometimes it can be yes, and sometimes it's good to do that, and sometimes you gotta hold back. So it's really a matter of balance at the end of the day.
It is. Yep.
You know?
And strategizing. Mm-hmm. Right. And it's one of the things that I feel it's an important skill to have, which is problem solving.
Yes. Yes. And learn from other people, listen to other people. Because you can learn, like, people will tell you their mistakes. People that are in a real good position, people that are leaders, people that are not wannabe leaders, people that are leaders will always teach you what not to do. Or like, oh, well, be careful with this.
Be careful with that.
This happened to me. And they'll teach you how to do that. But you have to be surrounded by leaders.
I'll be the first to say take risk. But like even saying that, like my stomach, it's like, you know, it gets like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, take risk. Yeah, I'll say that all the time. But that doesn't mean that a reaction comes with it. Like, you know, you still have to embrace that and go through it.
Well, I think that you know, like I said, always everything has a balance. So like when you're taking risks, it's a good thing. I'm a risk taker, but I also could be dangerous. Because you fall in your face a lot. And you have to learn. It has to be a calculated risk. Okay, does it make sense for me to do this?
Yeah, not emotionally based.
Correct. So what's at stake?
Yeah.
If it fails, how do I move to the next one? Because, you know, you in life you have to take risks.
Yeah.
So you cannot be a conservative person. Oh my God, I can't. Because everything has to be secured and everything has to be like this. Because then you're never going to really
we hear it all the time with young people and with couples where they say, well, we're waiting because now's not the time. Now's not our time to have kids. Now's not our time to buy a house. Now's not our time, right? Like, so they're like, go ahead, you know, like just do it, you know?
Yeah, but in all reality also is like, okay, what are you doing? What's your goal? Right? What's your job? What's your goal? What are you doing? Because, like, for instance, you know, Aracelis is 25, and she's doing her acting and looking for those opportunities. If her boyfriend says, "Come on, man, let's just have a baby and let's just get together," it's not gonna be. Yeah, you can't say, "Well, just do it, girl. You're gonna be fine. Everything gonna work out." Hell, no, it's not gonna work out. Not when you're trying to be that.
Yeah.
But if you are already in a line of work where that is your line of work, and that's where you're at, then I guess it's okay. I guess it's fine. You know, so like I said, it's just you have to take the risks. You have to figure it out. I wish I could pull it up and I'll play it. I just don't know where I can find it. And what was the name of it? LL Cool J was, I'm guessing, on a podcast, right? And he said that you have to take risks. You cannot put a period where there's supposed to be a comma in that part of your life. You know what I'm saying? Because fear will stop you from doing what you're trying to do. And Radel Ortiz, he is a Dominican influencer out of New York, comedian. And I guess something happened in his life not so long ago. You know, that's really, he's going through it. And he said something that was so eye-opening. You know what I'm saying? You can't let fear, because we're all going to die. So what are you doing? And if you're trying to create opportunities for your life and you're trying to get somewhere, get there. Figure it out. Do something. Don't let fear stop you. Because when you die, just imagine if those opportunities are surrounding you and saying, damn, like you never gave us the opportunity. We chose you. We were here choosing you. You never chose us. Now we got to die because you never took the opportunity. You never took the chance. So, like I said, everything is calculated. You got to really know. Be focused, because one thing that time will do is test you. Do you really want this bad enough? Are you really, really willing to go the extra mile and really push yourself, even when you don't want to, because people do give up.
Well, I feel like we're 48 now, and I feel like
Why you had to say that, girl? Why you had to say that?
Well, it seems like you feel it because you were talking about how much your back hurt today. So
yeah,
you're feeling 48, I see. But let's just forget about your back pain and know that the next 15 years are it. Like, these got to be our best years. They have to be. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because after that, we're 65, and then what's going to happen?
We got to give it up. This is the last 15 years, and we have to really push as hard as we can. You know what I'm saying? If we really want to do something with our life, you know what I mean?
That's right.
And I'm not saying that we're not doing anything with our life, but grow, right?
Yes.
Grow and continue to do this. But go ahead, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Next 15 years. Then after that, we're 65. So what comes next?
We're still young. 65, we're still young, fat free. But yeah, I mean, so if you're out there, you're watching this, you know, you might be going through life, you got decisions to make. Just understand that everything and all the answers are there in your heart, they're in your mind, they're in your soul. Sometimes you gotta just quiet everything. Mm-hmm. Listen to yourself. Don't try to push the answer. Just
Or I said to you the other day, I'm not going to force the door open. Like, I'm not going to push my way through a door.
Well, you don't want to do that because that's where, when you try to push your way through, it's when you're just
doing it on my own timing.
You're trying too hard.
Yeah, exactly.
And things are not going to go your way.
Yeah.
And sometimes when it's too easy,
then you got a whole other set of problems.
Yeah, like, because then it's like, okay, this is too good to be true. And when it's too good to be true,
it probably is.
It's not true. You know what I'm saying? It's not good. So, like I said, there's always a balance.
Yeah.
I think that there's just that perfect balance, because it's good to push and not give up.
Yeah, right? It requires some patience.
Sometimes it's good to push and not give up. So it's like when people talk about motivation and things like this, there's always a balance somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
You know, it just can't be too hard, and it can't be too easy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because if you go up easy, you're gonna come down easy. You're gonna come down hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the person that stayed consistent and pushed through and worked hard kind of maintains themselves as where they're trying to be. But again, you can't just make your way into something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but it all depends what you're trying to do, where you're trying to be, all that good stuff kind of comes into play. You know what I'm saying?
You got it.
You got it.
That's the formula right there.
That's it, girl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So just look within your heart, man. Quiet your mind, and let what's around you talk to you, and it will.
Yeah.
I think that when you're trying to find the answer, or you're trying to find what to do, but you really gotta be in tune with your true self, right? Or your true heart or desire. And be
honest with yourself.
Be honest with yourself and really be in that moment. Mm-hmm. And you cannot tell when the answer is gonna come. You just have to be at peace and be alert to receive. You know what I mean? It's so easy to kind of think negative, and it happens to all of us. Mm-hmm. You know, but I hope that. I don't know why we started talking about like that, but that was like a good moment right there. Mm-hmm. That was a spirit talking right there. That was a soul. But we went to Miami.
Chicken soup for the soul.
Chicken soup for the soul. That's it. Put it in there. Chicken soup for the soul. We went to Miami, bro, and I gotta say, my people,
this was the balance part. This was the balance part.
And that's crazy, right? Because that was the balance part. And the crazy thing is, like, it was a very productive weekend.
Yeah.
So we went on Friday to go see my favorite podcaster, Chente YDrach. Puñeta, cabrón, tú eres el mejor.
Wait, it's not Chente?
Chente YDrach.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Chente.
No, it's not Chente.
So it's Chente.
Chente YDrach.
Oh, sí.
Yo le quería preguntar,
¿de dónde salió ese nombre?
¿De dónde salió YDrach?
Okay.
¿Me entiendes? Porque Chente obviamente es un apodo. Pero si el apellido, YDrach, es un apellido de verdad. O es que... Pero anyway, el punto es, we went to go see him.
It was so good.
Yo,
at the Miami Improv.
I swear to God,
on Friday. It was a 10 p.m. show. It was packed. It was packed.
It was super packed. I think it was sold out.
It looks like it was.
It looked like it got to be sold out. I didn't see it. I mean, I wasn't really looking like that because it was so packed that I was like, I'm not gonna look for it to see if it got sold out. But it didn't matter.
I think it was the
packed.
first time I was in a comedy show where it was completely in Spanish, and it was amazing. It was amazing.
No, Papa, you said tipo.
Even the opening act, Carlos.
Yes, listen, if you guys.
Oh my goodness.
Anywhere you are at, if you search for Chente YDrach, go to gallimbo.com because that's his website. And if he's in a city near you, tienen que ir para allá. You guys got to go because he is fucking hilarious from the beginning to the end. There is no downtime. There is no, it's laugh, 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 laugh,
hour
laugh,
and a half.
laugh the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
It was amazing, bro. So you definitely guys got to go check it out. So
we were sitting right in the front. We had good seats.
Yeah.
Good food.
Good food. Great experience. And we got to meet him.
And we got to meet him.
He got to follow us.
Yes. Got pictures.
Got the pictures. Yeah, I mean, and it was so cool to actually meet him because I listened to him a lot. You know what I'm saying? When
even
I'm in the gym.
Even leading up to going over there, like you were so excited.
Yeah, I was super excited because I was like, papi, este tipo yo lo escucho y me hace reír todo el tiempo.
For some reason, you thought that meeting him, he was going to get you Bad Bunny tickets. Like, where'd that come from? You were thinking that?
No, I wasn't thinking that, babe. I wasn't thinking he was going to give me, lo voy a conocer, el tipo me va a dar Bad Bunny.
Toma, aquí están 2 boletos.
Babe, okay, it was a highlight for me to meet him. Yeah. I'm sure it wasn't a highlight for him to meet me. ¿Qué otro huele bicho más que quiere que yo lo salude y que me tire una foto? Pero para mí, porque yo escucho su podcast and I love how he is. You know, to me, it was funny because I feel like people sometimes when they meet us, yo, you're that guy from TikTok. He swear, oh my God, yo, that's him, babe, that's him. This is him. Yeah. Can I take a picture, bro? Please, can I take a picture?
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? But so I kind of got the little, you know what I'm saying, butterflies. Yo, about to.
Yes, it was crazy. It was crazy. Very humble guy.
Very humble.
I was just really impressed with the whole show.
Así que si quieren ir para allá, busquen los boletos y go see Chente porque esto está brutal. Entonces, the next day, we went to.
Well, let's talk about that night. When the show was over, we went into like that little club area. Let's talk about. People were lit in there. How were these guys acting?
Babe, why you want me to start throwing people under the bus? For really?
Well, it's a guy thing. We got to talk about these guys out here mad hungry.
There's old ass dudes in there.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, if you are a bartender, but and it all depends where you're at though. Like that's Miami.
He's like females if you're bartender.
Yo, well, like it was
it was surprising to see. But then again, it's after midnight. It's very late in the night, and by that time, you know, people are.
Es que tú sabes que like if I say like if we talk about it, that's not changing anything.
No,
people,
it's not.
People know what it is. It's just these old dudes, man. Y'all need to calm the fuck down. If you 57, 58, stop trying to rap to the girl that's 21, 22 at the bar. She is not interested in you, bro. And nobody wants to put up with your bullshit. So, like, when you see that,
yeah,
I'm like,
be respectful to women. Be respectful.
Pero esa es la parte donde yo te digo que no le va a importar. Like, us saying that, he's not
going to do
nothing. Yeah, I should stop.
Oh, yeah.
I should stop doing that.
SWAGmodovars said it.
Yeah, I should stop. Man,
he said she said it.
Yeah, he said it, she said it. No, but it's all right. But no, we had a great time there, and then the next day, that's when we had our meeting, and then we came back, and it was great.
Yeah.
And it feels good too. I think we talked about this before. Like it feels good, even if you go from one day to the other. It just feels good.
So where you want to take me?
Nowhere. I'm just saying, everybody that's here watching us, if you want to take your wife out for a day,
where can we go?
That's gonna be nice. We're not going nowhere. We're not going nowhere. I don't want to go nowhere.
I could pick something, a place. You know what I mean?
Our backyard. We got a nice little pool back there by Miramar Pools. Thank you, Miramar Pools, for hooking it up. So if you want a pool, get a Miramar Pools.
It's the pool of my dreams. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, so if it's your dreams, why are you trying to go somewhere else?
I'm not. I'm here, boy.
Get out of here.
I'm here putting in that work. Where's your kids at? Where are they at?
What?
Your kids.
The kids are the kids. They're doing whatever they're doing. My son is 17. My daughter's 25. They got to go. They got to go. No matter. I don't need them in the pool with me. They don't need me in the pool with them.
Right? Yeah.
But,
well, I slept like a baby last night. Like, after we were in the hot tub for about an hour, then it was really nice, and I slept really good last night. I was knocked out.
Oh yeah, when we went to the pool and stayed in was in the jacuzzi for a little bit. Yeah, it's just very relaxing.
It is.
You know, so you want to relax this summer? Murmur Pools, baby.
Now's the time. You'll get it by the summertime.
Go get it. Go get it. That's what it is. But yeah, I mean, and
well, when we got back home Saturday night, we got some things done. You had some work to do. I had some things to do. I unpacked our luggage, and then we ended up going out that evening to celebrate our triplets turning 22 years old.
Yes.
I still have a hard time accepting and believing that they're 22.
That's it.
It's just crazy.
22, baby.
I literally just showed you a picture of them, and they were all like in little carriers and carriages and all this stuff. Yeah. And then all of a sudden now they're 22. So it's crazy.
It's insane, bro. We had a crazy time. We had a great time. Loved it. You know what I'm saying? And
it was good.
It was a good time. I mean, I can't complain. It was a good time. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is that these VIPs, bro, y'all need to come down with the VIPs. Dog.
Babe, don't talk about that because they're not going to understand.
You're right. You're right.
Babe, don't, you know what I mean? Don't bring up VIPs. VIPs,
you know,
what you say here is not going to make a difference. It's not going to change VIP prices.
Guess what? It's not going to change.
It's not going to, all of a sudden, they're not going to adjust it.
Look, and I can understand, like, clubs, like, are charging for VIP, bro, but... Our
rinky-dink place, like, you know what I mean?
I'm not gonna bash. I'm not gonna say it was. The thing is, like, we didn't go for because VIPs are expensive. I get that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand they're trying to make you money, but bro, like, that is not a club where like service was top notch. Like, we were looking for a bartender.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we were not in the mode of like, yo, VIP, because we in the club. No. Like, this is an outside lounge. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I was like, yo, this shit is like mad expensive.
It was more for like the social vibe and because we knew who the DJ was.
Correct.
So,
and,
we were there for a good time.
It's a triplet's birthday. I'm like, bro, whoa, they wanted like $1,000 for us to sit. I'm like, yo,
but we
I'm not
weren't
even
just having drinks. We were having shots too and stuff. So they were making, decent money.
And I get it, like, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like, but I wasn't ready for that, and I wasn't trying to have them be paying for that. Yeah. So I had to talk to the dude, and I was like, well, first of all, I didn't come here on that pretense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And what it is what it is. But these things happen, bro. When you go to the club, bro, listen, make sure you know what they charge for everything.
Yes.
Because when you get there and then they try to give you this bill or they're trying to tell you this is how it is, and you're like, you ain't ready for it.
That's right.
You
don't want no surprises.
Yeah, and I don't want to make people look bad either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because my boy hooked it up for us to be there. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff. But things, and the thing is, it was bad because I couldn't even call him. I had to text him. So, like, sometimes text doesn't, you know what I'm saying? And we was in a moment that I was like, bro, like, I need your help, dog. This dude right here wilding out. Everything was good, though. We had a great time. Now, we went to Space 39 and was chilling with Quest, and that was fire. It's great music, though. I was like, you know what I'm saying? We had a great time.
Yep.
So, shout out to the
And always a good vibe there, too. Good crowd. So
all the time. Nice. So, we had a great time. And then on Saturday...
was Saturday.
Oh, then on Sunday, we came to our house. We had a pool party.
Well, we continued with the mimosas first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
And then you were the grill master, but you were also the bottle man.
I'm the bottle man. Is my new job as the bottle man.
Yep. The grill man, the pool man.
I think that I can make this a business, babe.
You think so?
Yeah, go to
You think they're gonna hire a grown ass man in a diaper?
No, but like in Speedos. Well, high tech will go to bachelorette parties. Oh. Give them, you know what I'm saying?
So that's what you think is going to happen. Also, you thinking.
It's a business. I'll be in charge of it. I'm not going to go, but I'll get like
you'll
guys.
Send people to go.
Yeah, I'll get a bunch of guys from the gym to be like, yo, bottle man. You know what I'm saying? Boom. $300 a night. It comes with a bottle.
Got it.
And we're going to be bringing your bottle over there, dancing.
Yeah.
They're not strippers. They're
bottle all
mans.
That VIP stuff wouldn't have even gotten you all in trouble and knots had you stayed here and enjoyed your resort. You know what I mean?
That's right.
We would have stayed here. It would have been the best service
ever. Well, nobody
ever.
got in trouble.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Everything was, you know what I'm saying? Things got paid, whatever. But it's so good. No, well, we had a great time here. You know, but sometimes it's true. Like, sometimes, bro, not for nothing, but even any club, bro, like, y'all bottle prices are way too expensive, bro. And then they don't even bring you the actual size of the bottle.
What they bring you?
Like a smaller bottle.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So there's different sizes. Like if you go to a liquor store and you get like Tito's, and whatever Tito's they get is going to be a bigger bottle of Tito's. But anyway, y'all know what I'm talking about. But when you go to the club, they don't give you the big one or the small. They give you like the smaller one.
Yeah.
Like it's a you know what I'm saying? And you're paying $300 for that. But like what? Bro, you know what I mean? Like, but I get it. You want, that's why I just like to have drinks, bro.
Well, let's talk about what VIPs are for. They're for you to have your own little space, your own little dancing area. Nobody gets into your zone. Into your
space. Yeah, you chill.
Yeah, so you pay for that little privacy.
Yeah, I get that if you are like, well, I understand that, right?
Yeah.
But you can't exaggerate it too, bro.
No,
like, you know what I'm saying?
No, I get it.
You can't exaggerate. I don't mind paying for a bottle. You know what I'm saying?
But
I ain't paying no $500 for
what's
no.
Annoying,
like, yeah, I want a black label.
What's annoying for me when I'm all dressed up, I'm looking cute, and I got heels on, is the amount of walking. Because I ended up getting a blister on my toes.
Oh, that's what you get, girl.
From like all the dancing I did and the walking, and it was like a rainy, hot day. So, so that's the only part I hate about trying to go out. I'd rather just Uber it there, get dropped off in the front, picked up in the front, and go.
Yeah, I mean, look, when I go to the club, bro, I ain't trying to spend all this money. People might be thinking, yo, but y'all influencers, why y'all complaining? Motherfucker, I got kids. I got kids on a house, you know what I'm saying? I got shit to do. I don't got time to give
eggs are expensive. Just today, you had a whole heart attack when I told you I needed more eggs.
for a damn bottle. I ain't trying to get jacked up and fucked up like that. I got shit to do tomorrow.
Yeah, we're busy.
Shit, I got to do shit. I got to do videos, dog. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I ain't 25. I'm going to make sure, you know what I'm saying? If I can get the VIP, I get it. But if it's too damn expensive, I ain't worried about it.
Nope.
But I don't go out like that all the time either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand that. Like, if I'm like, yo, we go to the club, though, we get VIP every fucking time.
How about the week before?
That's not me.
It was the week before. We went out with our daughter and her boyfriend, and we went to downtown. And it was like I looked at you, it was like 10:30. I was like, y'all want to go out? And we got dressed and left real quick.
Yeah, left for a little bit.
Yeah, we left for like an hour and a half, and we had a blast.
A blast, bro. A blast.
So sometimes those last minute plans like that are like quick.
Well, you want to go and chill, have a few drinks, but you don't want to get mixed up because you still got to drive home. You don't want to get a DUI. You're trying to be responsible. I'm not going.
That's why I said Uber it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So it's like, yeah, you could Uber it or stuff like that, and you want to be right. You want to be okay. Come back.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying. But that's it. That's good. We had a great time. Yeah, and it's been a minute. It's been 2 weeks that we didn't do a podcast.
Yeah, but we did vlogging. We vlogged.
Yeah, we did vlog.
That kind of took the place of.
Wait, it doesn't take the place, baby girl.
No, it doesn't.
Maybe
of course
it doesn't
not.
take the place. People like the podcast.
You got it.
Anyway, but
what else you got? Anything else?
That's it, yo. We out of here, girl. We got things to do. It's 8 o'clock. We got to get ready for our live.
Yeah, TikTok live tonight at 9.
So I need an hour rest. I need an hour rest, girl. Chill out for a little bit. Yeah. All right, guys. So listen, thank you so much for tuning in on the He Said, She Said podcast. You already know, man. We here for you. We love y'all.
Bye.
Peace.